Welcome to Storywise. In a small town in America, there lived a girl named Emily. She was known throughout the town for her beauty and charm, but not for her kindness. Emily was wealthy, living in a grand house with everything she could ever want. Yet despite having more than enough, she was selfish and never cared about others. She refused to share her wealth or even a smile with those around her. One day, as Emily was walking through the town square, she noticed a beggar sitting by the fountain. The man was old, with a weathered face and worn-out clothes. His eyes were tired, and he held out his hand, hoping for a bit of kindness from the passers-by. Emily passed him without a second glance, feeling nothing but irritation at the sight of him. "Why do people like him even exist?" she muttered to herself. "They just sit around, expecting others to help them." She continued walking, ignoring the man's quiet plea for help. The next day, Emily found herself at the same spot in the town square. The beggar was still there, sitting silently by the fountain. As she walked past, he called out to her, "Please, miss, could you spare a little food or money? I've had nothing to eat for days." Emily paused for a moment, feeling annoyed. She reached into her bag, pulled out a small piece of bread, and tossed it at the man. "There, take it," she said coldly. "But remember, I don't owe you anything." The beggar looked up at her, his eyes full of gratitude. "Thank you, miss," he said softly. "May you always find kindness in your life, as you have shown me." Emily rolled her eyes and walked away, feeling no warmth from his words. She was too focused on herself to see the value in helping others. As the weeks went by, Emily continued her selfish ways. One evening, as she was heading home from a party, she took a shortcut through a dark alley. Suddenly, she tripped over something and fell to the ground. She tried to get up, but realized her ankle was badly twisted. She was alone, with no one around to help her. Fear began to creep in as she sat on the cold pavement. "What if no one comes? What if I'm stuck here all night?" she thought, her heart racing. Just then, she heard footsteps approaching. Out of the shadows emerged the beggar she had seen so many times before. His eyes, still filled with kindness, recognized Emily immediately. Without hesitation, he rushed to her side. "Are you okay?" he asked, his voice gentle. Emily, feeling embarrassed, looked away. I think I hurt my ankle," she admitted. The beggar helped her stand and offered his shoulder for support. Slowly, he guided her out of the alley and all the way back to her house. Emily was stunned by his generosity. Here was a man she had looked down upon, a man she had ignored and dismissed, yet he was the one who came to her aid when she needed it most. As they reached her doorstep, Emily felt a pang of guilt. "Why are you helping me?" she asked quietly. "I've never been kind to you." The beggar smiled. "Kindness is not about what we receive. It's about what we give. Even when others don't treat us well, we can still choose to show compassion. That's how we change the world, one small act at a time." Emily was speechless. For the first time, she saw the world through the eyes of someone who had nothing but still chose to give. She realized that her wealth and beauty meant nothing if she couldn't share them with others. From that day on, Emily made a promise to herself. She began to visit the town square regularly, not just to pass by, but to give food, clothing, and warmth to those in need. She transformed her life, understanding that true happiness came from helping others, not from keeping everything to herself. The selfish girl who once walked the streets with indifference had become a symbol of hope and generosity. She learned that the smallest acts of kindness could make the biggest difference. not just in the lives of others, but in her own as well. And as for the beggar, he continued his days with a peaceful heart, knowing that his small act of compassion had changed a life forever. Thank you for joining me on this journey of embracing simplicity and finding the true essence of life. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more thought-provoking content. And please share to one person you love the most. And last, I just want you to say, climb higher, aim higher with a rise of Inspire. Good day,